welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to get into doing a little more bait making shenanigans. I've got some tails mixed up for these two molds over there. I had some chartreuse pepper laying around, so I went ahead and made some rocket grub tails and some slouch tails, and that's kind of what we're going to be using today. I'll leave a recipe in the description for that color, which you'll get to see here in a minute, because I've already got them made up. There's no point in me redoing that, so that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to use this color here, which is a black with a bunch of red flake. I'll also leave a recipe for this down below, but like I said, there's no point in me redoing this since I've already got it done. You guys can just go down there, find the recipes if you want to replicate it, but if not, just hang out, enjoy the video, and let's go ahead and get that plastic hot. So these are those tails I was telling you about. These are the chartreuse pepper. This is the rocket grub, the 3.5 inch. And I've got some 3.2 inch slouch tails here as well. And that is what we're using. Super simple recipe. If you want it, down in the description, as long as I can remember to put it down there. But yeah, that's what we're going to be working with. I've got the other color hot, so we'll check it out here in just a minute. Okay, I get some questions on how long putting tails in the mold actually takes. So we'll just go through these in real time. We'll make it quick. Basically, I'm just putting some worm oil on them just to make this a whole lot easier. And when you really get into the rhythm of doing it a lot, you can be pretty fast at it. Basically, I want to line these up like this. Just kind of go through it pretty quick. Once I get a rough alignment on it, then I can go back in and set them in their place. But it's easier for me if I've got them all in the mold, or at least ballpark. That way I'm not trying to do two things at once anyways. And then you can just kind of adjust it. With that worm mold, they slide around, so it's not near as much of a problem. Go ahead and do that. And it's just easier to have one task at a time, I feel like. That way I'm not trying to lay them all out and do this. But really it goes pretty quick, as you can see. The bigger the tail, I feel like the easier it is to get in the molds. Some of the smaller tails, like the 2-inch crappie slayer or anything like that, it can take a little more time to get them in there just because they're so small and there's so many of them. Like with that 2-inch crappie slayer, there's 24 tails, so that takes a good minute to get them all in there, especially being small tails, and they don't really have a whole lot as far as edges go to really line up. Okay, that is all I'm in there. You saw how quick that was, so that's not bad. Now let's go ahead and get the plastic as hot as we can and do a little injection over the top of this. We've got this black color up to about 380, which is pretty good when you're trying to bond something like this. So while we're doing this, I'm going to talk about some future plans that I have for the channel and some molds that I'm interested in. So one of the molds I'm interested in is the 1.6 inch ice fluke from Epic Bait Molds. And I want to do it in a 48 cavity. I want the big version because that thing would be a really good mold to check out that's high capacity, that would be good to run a lot of baits through. One shot getting 48 baits, that is a lot. So that's one thing I'm interested in checking out. I have a few on my list, especially some of their newer stuff. And I hear that they're going to be dropping some new stuff here pretty quick. So I'm kind of holding out for that. Because if you don't know, when you order from Epic Bait Molds, if you buy 3 or more molds, you get a discount. So if you can order multiple at a time. It will save you some money. So that's kind of what I try to do. I mean, I buy my molds just like anybody else. So if I can save some money, that's kind of what I would prefer to want to do. But sometimes I only need one, and that's just how it is. But if you can buy 3 at a time, it definitely does help. I want the 1.6 inch ice fluke. I know that. I want the big version, like I said. I have a couple other things I want. I want the Flappin' Drax tail mold because I've never had it. And I really like the Flappin' Drax. So the tail mold's on my list for sure. I kind of want to check out the crappie crusher here on the channel because I know I have quite a few crappie guys that follow along and they would be interested in that. So that's kind of a couple things that are on my list. Some of their new worm molds interest me too. So that's kind of some stuff I want to check out. We're going to be doing the bluegill laminate pretty soon. I've just kind of been trying to decide the way that I like it. I've tried it a couple different ways and I'm not sure which way I like best. It still needs some tweaking, and I want to get it right before I do a video on it. So that's just a few things to keep in mind. I'm probably going to do a giveaway at 1,500 subscribers here on YouTube, and we'll do a video over that, I'm sure, in some way, shape, or form, making something for that giveaway. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but that's just kind of up in the air. But we're going to let these cool off. We'll check these out as soon as they are ready to demold. All right, let's demold the rocket grub here. See if I can get it apart. Okay. And they mostly try to stick in that one side. Okay, let's check it out. That is what we're working with. I can only get that view from the side. For some reason, my camera likes to pick up on it way better on the side than it does on top. And I think it's probably just the lighting and the glares in here, because that is what it looks like to me. But then you get it out here and it's really hard to tell much about it. So that's why I always put them on a tray and always show it to you that way. But that is what we're working with on the rocket grub. All right, let's demold the slouch here. Oh yeah, I'm digging it. I'm definitely going to put these under some different light to show you in a different light. But yeah, that is a kind of a gist of what we're looking at. When I get them out here on the tray and we can play with the lighting a little more, I think you'll get a better idea what they look like in person, because I have to turn them to the side. That's like the only way I can ever get the camera to pick up what they look like in person. But when I throw them on the tray, we'll have a little more opportunity to do that. Okay guys, check them out over here. They look a little better out from underneath that shop light, just the lighting's not quite as intense over here. But you can see the slouches turned out awesome. I love that 2-color version, as well as the rocket grubs, man. They just look so good, they're so different, and they really come together good. It's so cool blending colors and being able to do this. But yeah, that is a kind of a close-up on them. You can kind of check them out. They're gonna change depending on the lighting, but that is a real good idea of what you're looking at as far as these 2 colors go. Here's a look in a little more shade, and that color still comes through really well even in this darker lighting. I just can't get over how well that comes together. I had a pretty good idea what it would look like because I've done black and gold flake with this per your suggestion. But yeah, this is a kind of a different blend, and I think it goes together pretty dang nice. So there you have it, short little video. Like I said, recipes are in the description below if you want to replicate this for yourself. But I do appreciate you watching. If you want to buy any of these baits, I'm probably going to have about 5 bags on the website, and they'll last until you guys buy them up, and then maybe I'll make some more, who knows. But yeah, they'll be on the site. There'll be a link in the description below to my Etsy store. That's the best way to support the channel. All that money gets to go back into this so that I can keep checking out new molds and new things for you guys. I do appreciate everyone who watches, comments, likes, subscribes, and all that good stuff. If you want to pick up any of the molds we used today, there'll be a link in the description to Epic Bait Molds. Head on over there, you can pick up any of the molds that we use here on the channel, and they are super awesome quality, and I feel like they stand behind their product very well. So definitely check them out if you're into that kind of thing. But if not, I will catch you guys in the next video.